Well, now we get to one of my most painful experiences in sales, but by and large, maybe one of the most valuable lessons that I ever got. I was calling on a customer. I was in heavy competition with another Fortune 500 company who had a good product, and we were running neck and neck for the sale. During the course of the conversation, as an illustration about how valuable our product was, I mentioned to the buyer that we were running behind on production. Well, this turned out to be a major mistake. He made a purchase with my competitor, and one of the major reasons he did so was he felt that he would have to wait for product if he gave us the order. My mistake, bad tactic. I wish I hadn't done it. I got a major dressing down for losing what was a major account to our competitor. It was a very unhappy experience, stuck in my craw for quite a while, and gave me a professional black eye. Well, oddly enough, about 4 months later, I get a phone call from the same customer. Well, my dream come true, if you want to put it that way, had come to fruition. The customer was very, very unhappy with the competitor, having installed the competitor's product. It wasn't working properly. Make things even worse, their software had dragged down the customer's computer system down to the point where it would hardly work at all. He wanted to dump brand X, he wanted to buy from us, and he wanted me to show up in his office the next day with a contract, which I did. However, upon sitting down and going over with this customer the reasons he wanted to make a switch, in recapping the problems that our competitor was causing for him, it became apparent to me that changing was not in his best interest. This competitor, this Fortune 500 company, although they were in a new area of expertise, which is why they were having problems, had considerable resources, and I knew they would fix the problems. To make things even worse, the brand X competitor was much larger than the customer, and they have a reputation for tying people up in litigation. They have an army of lawyers, and I knew that not only would this guy suffer a major upheaval in his business by having to retrain all of his employees, having to reinstall products, he would also end up in court at great expense and inconvenience to his company. And it pained me. It pained me so much to have to say to this guy, you know, I'd be glad to have your business, but I really think what's best for you is to leverage brand X into making things right. They're not going to want to lose you. They're not going to want a black eye in the marketplace. You've got a lot of leverage, and I suggest you use it. I'll give you a contract, and you can take it to them, show it to them. And I guarantee you that they're going to be nothing but, you know, elbows and flying feet in order to fix your problems. Well, I had a heavy heart when I left there, and you talk about getting beat up. I got beat up by my company to an even greater extent than I did when I lost the sale to brand X. But I felt it was the right thing. I was doing the right thing for the customer. I wasn't going to do a bad deal for them. Well, guess what happened? Brand X did fix the problems. They gave the equipment. They gave a full refund. They gave the equipment to my customer, to their customer. They gave him a brand new computer with greater capacity while they fixed the software problems. And guess what? Well, after brand X fixed all of their problems, they thought this customer would be a great reference. But guess what happened? Every time they sent someone to him as a reference, he said, you need to call Alan Williams at this other company. Don't even think about doing anything else. He will do it right. He'll do it right the first time. You'll get great value. You're going to be well represented, and you're going to be a happy camper. Every industry meeting this guy went to thereafter, and after he changed jobs, when he went to another business, he gave me an order, and I got at least 3 other orders larger than his order would have been because I did the right thing for the customer. So ultimately, I benefited, the customer benefited, my employer benefited. It was win-win all the way. It was the right thing to do. Don't ever make the mistake of drifting into short-term gain and entering a deal that you know is bad for the customer. In the long term, it's better for you, it's better for everybody if you don't do it.